with Fang Fist, otherwise known as with Fang. So a lot of people don't actually really know about this game, or kind of saw it and just skipped over it because of the way it looked visually. It's sort of like Metal Black. It kind of looks kind of cheap. The graphics shouldn't really make the game. I can understand why they would just jump over it because it looks kind of cheap, or kind of looks like a Super Nintendo game or a Sega Genesis game, which really, I guess, kind of hinders what people, if people are gonna like it or not. I actually really enjoyed this game. This is actually a really fun game. I can actually just kind of pop in whenever I want and just play it. I don't really think there's anything really wrong with this game. Yeah, the way it looks isn't the best, because I understand that when you play a Saturn game, and especially when you compare it to Guardian Heroes or Dragon Force, you're expecting a level or a stall. Yeah, I know, right? You're expecting a level to the game to be at graphically, as far as you know, it looks. And yeah, this game doesn't look like those games, or doesn't really even come close to it, but that doesn't really hinder it at all. If the graphics were, this price tag, I think, would be completely different. I don't think it would be where it's at right now. I picked it up for like 97 bucks or some shit, and I think that was 97 bucks well spent. I didn't really have a problem with the game. The music's badass, your customization's badass. Figuring out all the mechanics, how the game works. The customization is the best part about the game. Well, actually, no. I don't know. Everything just kind of comes together for the game, and it just sucks that this game isn't really heard of, or people don't really talk about it as much as it should be talked about. So 1 out of 10, I'll give it a good solid, I guess, like a 7. That's not bad, and I'm recommending the game. So like I said, don't let the visuals, the way it looks, really hinder the way you feel about the game, because it's not about the graphics. Remember that. It's about the gameplay and everything else in the game, the customization, the music, everything else just makes the game fantastic. It's worth it, baby. Pick this shit up, $97, or you can find it for like 100. I've seen it go up, but you can still find it for around 100. Boom, 100 bucks, pick it up, let's get it, go, 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 go. All right, without further ado, let's start the show.
Damn, did you see the fight I just had? Let's break that down a little bit before I actually even talk about the game. Oh, actually, I'll break down a little bit of the game here, because it's just so tactical. I love it. Look at this motherfucker, a snack attack from the back. So I dodge and continue my firing, keeping range from his saber attack. I unleash my charge shot here, which are those fire grenades you just saw. I pick up the extra turret here, which is a little dude. Continue firing, dodging, dipping, diving. I unleash my charge shot again. It's not the strongest right now, so it will only let out 2 grenades. And then he comes up close and I just power drive the iron stick right into his fucking face. Talk about badass, right? I know. Alright, babies. Let's dig into this fucking game. So you got game start and options. Let's go to options. Okay, so I think options is pretty healthy for this game. It's a really cool custom kind of thing. So here in game mode, you can change from arcade mode to Saturn mode. There's a few differences between the two, but the biggest difference is the ability of double jumping for each leg mechanic, which I'll explain here after the options. Just remember, in arcade mode, you don't have the option to double jump, and in the Saturn mode, you do. And each, like I said, each double jump is different for each leg custom, which I'll explain again after the options. And one more badass game mode is the boss rush mode. That's fucking badass. And underneath that is sound mode, which is badass because you can switch from the arcade music to the arranged music. Holy shit, that is badass. Let me play a little bit of the arranged for you because it's actually really fucking good. I prefer the arcade music, but the arranged isn't bad at all. Holy fuck, right? It's good music. Just remember you can switch between arcade music and Saturn music. Arranged or arcade. Let's continue with the options. You can also change your health percentage, being high or low. Then the difficulty settings. You can change the rate of fire of the enemies, the health percentage of the enemies, how often the enemies approach. Yeah, it's a lot of custom shit, it's badass. Next up is button layout. I just left it the same. I liked it the way they had it, so you can change it if you want. And then after that, you got the sound test. But I already showed you some pretty good shit, so let's go back to the game. Alright, let's start the game. Now this is where the real meat of the game comes. The customization part. There's my girlfriend. Okay, so I like to construct my own model. You can select pre-made models. There's only 4 to select from. But, man, I'm not going to try to ruin this game too much here. I'm going to explain only a little bit, okay? Not a lot, because I want something for you to look forward to. I try to not to show the whole game. I know I fail sometimes, but I want something that people to look forward to so I don't ruin the whole fucking game and you can enjoy and find and discover things from the game. Okay, with that being said, I'm only going to explain a few, okay? Not a lot, just a very few. First thing you'll notice is on the left here, you got the offensive and mobility on the bottom. Next up is close combat range melee. Well, that's what I call it. Every one of these plays differently, but for now I'll just stick with the basic form, the knuckle shot. And then comes the leg movements. Remember, keep track of everything on the left here. The offensive and mobility play a big role in this. And remember, everything plays differently. Every leg mechanic has a different double jump, so remember that. I'll take everything back that I just said. I'm gonna pick here my favorite layout, or second favorite really. I'm gonna show you this one instead of the other one because I prefer using this pilot custom. There's actually 64 versions that you can create of your mobile suit here. 64. Yeah, that's pretty badass. So let's start the game. Okay, sorry, I didn't even explain what I just got. I got the elect trigger, the pile bunker, and the 2 legs. So you start off with your Vulcan shot here. When you hold up, it goes to a 45-degree angle. It always does this, you can't actually shoot straight up. By holding the L trigger, it creates a lock, so you can let go of the up button and it'll stay on the 45-degree angle here. The close combat melee does it automatically. So when you're holding firing and an enemy comes close, the mobile suit automatically initiates the melee attack, which is badass. The R trigger initiates a slide, which is good for dodging. The C button initiates your charge shot, which for me I picked the elect trigger, which nullifies bullets and also destroys enemies, which is cool. So it's an offensive and defensive weapon, which is why I really like it. The charge meter is located up here in the red. That's the first level. The second level is when it fills up orange. That's the full extent. So remember, red is weak, orange is strong. Not just strong, but also range. It increases the range. The A button is your regular shot. Like I said before, you start off with your Vulcan cannon, always. B button is jump. Tapping the B button twice initiates your double jump. And like I said, every leg has a different version of its double jump. Your health is located up here, these little green boxes. Once your mobile suit's health hits 0, you don't actually die, but the pilot comes out with a jetpack equipped. That is fucking amazing. The pilot only has a dash, a normal jump, and whatever weapon that the mobile suit had, such as the Vulcan cannon, the laser, and so on and so forth. I don't want to ruin everything like I said before. And what I mean by that is you can find these little floating canisters here that gives you 2 other type of weapon firing, which I won't explain because I want you to explore it. Just be aware that every time you shoot a canister, it switches over to a different firing type. You can actually blow the canisters up, so keep that in mind. Blow it up in the sense of causing damage to enemies, which is a really cool strategy you can use. So instead of powering up or changing weapons, if you're satisfied with one of the 4 that you have equipped, you just blow that shit up. Something else I forgot to mention, when you get out of your mobile suit after it's been destroyed, you can actually rebuild it back, simply by collecting those orange floating boxes, the charge, or the life. Up there on the left it says armed, leg, and body. They get highlighted blue. So once you collect 3 of these power-ups, you get your mobile suit back. I could never do it because I'm a scrub, so I can't show you the footage. So your additional turrets are these little orange pilot guys that you can find. You can pick them up and they attach to your mobile suit, which is really fucking cool. Whenever your mobile suit gets inflicted with damage, they all get blasted off the mobile suit, which is really fucking awesome. But you can recollect them by just grabbing them up again. Holy shit, there's so much more I can talk about. Okay, I'm gonna close this video out with the last thing I'm gonna talk about, and that's it. I'm done. Okay? Alright, so once you're officially dead as a human, you get to reconstruct your mobile suit. So you can pick any parts you want and you'll get them. Okay, that's amazing. That's just fucking amazing. Okay, well, I hope I didn't ruin too much of the game. I don't mean ruin in a bad way. I meant showcase you everything about the game, because I want you to look at this video and be excited and be like, oh my god, I want to pick this up and discover everything else, which I hope I got at least one person out of 100 people. Well, actually, I don't even know if I'll get 100 views on this, but just pick this game up. Easily $100. It's a great game. I promise you, this is gonna be. It has so much fucking replay value. There's stage select. There's the boss rush mode. There's actually a special mode I didn't even talk about, but that's enough. I want everything for you to explore. You buy this and you replay the fuck out of this for like a good month, and then you come back to it a year later and remember how fucking great it is.